I'm just like a very fearful person. I'm like, if I make these sounds with my mouth on YouTube or Twitch, are people gonna like me? Are they gonna appreciate my content? These are all questions that run through my mind. And I say to myself, ATF, alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. I'm like, hold on. One of those is not a consumable item. No, I'm serious. I tried to eat a firearm one time. That's a bad joke. You see, that can go the wrong way. Sorry, I'm gonna scratch that. All I'm saying is I would restructure some of these organizations. I would say, look, who's in charge of testing cannabis in our government? I'm not a huge fan of alcohol or tobacco. I do kind of like firearms. I appreciate the marksmanship aspect. But I've been testing cannabis for a little bit, not very long. By most people's standards, it's probably no amount of time. I'm probably a novice, a beginner, a newbie. But I say, look, what if we restructured our government and we called it the Cannabis, Alcohol, and Tobacco Organization that tests that. Then we call them CAT, right? CAT. I think that's better than ATF. I'd be like, yo, this guy's a part of CAT. Cannabis, alcohol, and tobacco. They test that stuff, make sure it's legal, make sure people can use it. I don't know what people do within those organizations. I've never worked for any organization like that as far as testing is concerned. I'd like to pretend that, if you're within those organizations that you're testing things. So that's my goal. I'm like, well, what's your goal? I'll be like, I want to be the guy. I don't even know if there is a guy that does this, but I want to be the guy in charge of testing cannabis. Because I I was like, you know what? I'm almost 40 years old. Let me try this. It's never killed anybody. Let me try it. And I said to myself, well, I want to try it without tobacco or alcohol because I want to know the effects alone. So that's where I'm at. I'm still in my infancy stage, but I wanted to share with you 2 products that I've tried that I think are cool. Dogwalker. Look, I read this indica sativa hybrid. I don't know what any of that means. I'm strictly speaking from my perspective because all I have is mine. So I've been involved in a lot of car accidents, more than I can count. And obviously, all of them were my fault. No, I could have avoided them. I believe that every car accident can be avoided. But the only thing that I found helpful was cannabis. Pharmaceuticals really just mess my body up. So I'm like, you know what? What's an alternative? So right here are 2 products that I've tried that I appreciate. I appreciate these because they come in like little smokable cigarettes, basically. I don't know what else to say. Look, I appreciate the effects, and what I mean by that is like my body feels relaxed. I don't feel like I'm in constant pain, and I can move. To the extent of that is depending on, I don't know, maybe the strand or who made it. I have no idea, but sometimes I feel more pain-free than other times. So the one caveat, though, is I do have a book here. Look, this is a shameless plug, okay? This is my reading material. I usually have reading material at all times. But let's see here. See, look, the dog walker came with, look, sometimes you need to read, okay? I appreciate the sticker. No, it's cool. Look, I say shout out to you, Mr. Tyson. I appreciate your products. But if you threw a sticker on there, I'd be like, yo. No, because genuinely, I don't think I've tried. I haven't tried a lot of cannabis. I'm like new to cannabis, but Mike Tyson's products definitely stood out when it came to quality. So I like to keep things that I'm gonna keep that in there, and then that's it. That's my review. Look, I wish I could say more. But when you like something, you like something. And I'm not really necessarily the person who can, look, it's a setting thing. I'm sure if I was not hunched over my car, I could, or if I had someone who could poke me and prod me, metaphorically speaking with words, I could elaborate, but I do see some value in cannabis. I do. So I hope one day the country that I live in acknowledges the fact that some people have injuries that are helped by the consumption of cannabis. And I hope one day that is acknowledged. And I think we could move forward, every side really, because I think lies are what keep us back. When we can't admit the truth, all of us, when we can't admit the truth, I don't think we can move forward as a nation. So I hope one day, if I remember correctly, I don't want to just go off of my memory, but I do believe that President Obama won his presidency based on the fact that he was going to legalize cannabis. Now, I could be 100% wrong. I could be totally off. But I look forward to the day when we do have a presidential candidate who at least is willing to acknowledge the positive effects of cannabis. Thank you. I love you. Have a blessed day.